Okay. Give everyone a chance to pop in here. Alright, got some people rolling on in. Hello everybody. Welcome to Swift Online Racing. Season 3, Round 2. Today, we are in Imola. Imola is a shortened form of this track name, for those of you that do not know. The full name of the circuit is the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Idino Ferrari. Or, if you don't have the time, Imola. Today we have our Tier 1 racers hitting the circuit. These are the best of the best on offer at Swift Online Racing here. Currently, we have some banker laps. Going to start commencing here for qualifying. Not too much to talk about at the moment here. So, for those in chat, anyone have any predictions on the outcome, or how's your days going, or what's going on, guys? How's it going? I don't have too many facts on deck here for this Grand Prix here. Looks like Geekin might be among the first to start a hot lap here. Let me actually get up some telemetry, lap data, and a track map going here. Let's hide some of our UI here. Not that much. How much do I want? This is what I want. There we go. Alright. Have Geekin in Sector 2 here. Coming up to the chicane. See if we can get a clean run here. Big talking point throughout the league. Up, and they invalidated. That was actually just what I was about to talk about here. Is big talking point of the server regarding this track is Imola's rather questionable track limits in F1 24. There is some is an understatement. A lot of verbal outcry against the track limits on this circuit, as it is a little bit ridiculous, as we have a fastest time from Bassem. We get some bakers in. Bassem with a 15.1, Ben Master Zombie with a 15.5. Not a bad banker lap. Scootery to Kush with a 16.9. Perhaps that was an aborted lap. We have Jonesy 36 with a 14.8. It's a pretty solid lap. Let's see anyone else on a hot lap here. Anyone not invalidated? Here we go. Hedge just Levente, sorry. On a hot lap here. I think that was a purple Sector 1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what kind of lap they can get. Malume Jonas with a 14.5. That's a really quick time here. At least from my perspective, that looked off track from Levente, but apparently the track limits say otherwise. Looks like a purple Sector 2 as well from him. Looks like he is on a phenomenal lap based on those. See what he can do. We're on the final corners here. See if we can stay on track. This is a big spot for invalidation. Stays clean on the track. Let's see what time to the line with a 15.5. I'm not sure why I was showing purples with that, but as a 15.5 from Levente, let's see what else we can get a read on. That is off-track excursion over there. Josh, Mr. Epic Striker, giving way. Looks like he aborted his hot lap. DJ TT Searing on a hot lap himself. Let's see what he can do here. Got some pretty good times so far. I think the name of the game really today for pretty much everything relating to this race is just keeping everything on track. Time penalties are going to be a huge problem here today. As I said, with those track limits, it is so easy to get those warnings and penalties. Not even mentioning the Searing with a 14.599 puts him up second place. Very solid lap from him. Let's see what else is on the lap. But yeah, looks like we have a hot lap here from Furzy. Yeah, the pit speed limiter is actually really close to the entry line. So that would not shock me if it caught some people out with that. Furzy with a banker is 16.1. Let's see if Epic Striker's on a hot lap now. Nope, invalidated lap again. Jeslar invalidated. Let's see. Searing is on an in lap. Jonesy on a hot lap here, finishing up his 5/10th improvement. Oh boy. Across the line, a 14.369. I did not update. That's such a good point, Fozzie. Thank you for calling that out. I did not update the stream title. That is on me. Let me fix that up here real quick. Give me just a second here. You're gonna see a black screen here for a minute as I tab out. But yeah, you make a fantastic point that I did not update the stream. Let's see. Give me just a moment for that. Sorry about that. Tier 1, round 2. Imola. All right. That should be an update here. While I'm in the creator screen, thank you Fozzie for the follow. Thank you SFC Monkey for the follow. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's pop back into the game here so you guys can see. Sorry about that. I didn't even think about that. I've had one hell of a long day here at work over here in the States. It's been definitely one of the days of all time. So yeah, I'd be lying if I was not a little bit groggy. So thank you for that call out once again. Looks like Jeslar with our first sub 14 time of the day with a 13.9. Must have missed that. My apologies. Let's see who else is on a lap right now. Geekin's invalidated. Liagos looks like he's just starting a hot lap here. Let's ride with Liagos on board here. Only 50% battery already. That could present some problems later on in his lap. Let's see what he does with that. 23.7 first sector, not too shabby. Let's see what he's got going here. See any other times coming out here. Looks like Vuk Gaika got up to P3 with a very solid time of 14.4. And we still have 7 drivers yet to set a time at all. Yellow flag in sector 2. I think that was just someone giving way. Let's see. Liagos on a pretty solid time, looks like here. I don't know the sector times by heart, but a little wobble there. Let's see what it affects his time with. Looks like this could easily be a very solid time in the low 14s. 14.3 goes up to P2. A very solid lap from Liagos there, but still, was that 4/10 almost of Jeslar. So Jeslar has set one hell of a time here. Geekin still invalidated. Lucas, just as I pop over to him, sets a 14.7. Let's see what Mr. Epic Striker has. Looks like he's just started his hot lap. Let's see what he can do here. Take a bite of my lunch while we ride on board here. as a purple sector 1 from Mr. Epic Striker here. Or at least according to my map, it shows a purple sector 1 from him. I don't know if you guys have Trader Joe's over in Europe, but I just have some Trader Joe's butter chicken. I didn't have time to meal prep lunch today, so it's like a little thing of butter chicken. It's good to hold you over till dinner, so nothing crazy. I was just hungry because I ate breakfast pretty early today, so it's only 3 p.m. over here in the States, so. Mr. Epic Striker with a 15 flat there. Pretty solid time to put in. Get on the board. As we still have quite a few drivers not even having a time. Looks like Searing has just started a hot lap here. Let's see what he can do here. For the Aston drivers here, Searing. Once again, showing a purple sector 1. I'm not sure if that is a visual bug on my end or a genuine purple sector, but wouldn't shock me if Searing had a purple sector. He's quite the quick driver here. Let's see what he can do. Round Parabolica. Or not Parabolica, Aqua Minerale. Yeah, he is 4/10 up through 2 sectors. This is a absolutely rapid time. As we get another fastest time from Isaac Andre with a 13.8. That is a blistering lap from him. DJ TT Searing right around the final corners of the track. Let's see what he can set right on the edge of the track limits there. Cross the line, DRS open. He sets a 13.941. Puts him in P2, just under a 10th off of the leaders. That's a very good time from Searing right there. But Isaac Andre just topped him out right there. You're also on a hot lap here. TFC is on a hot lap. He's improved a 10th. Looks like TFC may be struggling quite a bit here today. As he rounds those final corners, looks like he's going to set a time in the high to mid-15s here. Let's see what he gets across the line. A 15.2. He had a very good final sector, apparently. So, 15.2 from TFC. Good enough to improve to 15th. But a pretty solid improvement on his own time. Let's see who else we got going here. We have Ben Master Zombie. Little off-track excursion over there. Geekin on a hot lap here. Let's see what Mr. Geekin can do, as he has yet to set a valid time, and I actually don't know how much time we have left in the session. 4 minutes left. Listed as another purple sector 1 here. So at least a solid first sector here from Geekin. Let's see what he can do in the second sector here. Goes around Aqua Minerale. Full throttle up the little hill. Coming up to the chicane here. Let's see if we can get a good run through the chicane. That looks like a very good run through the chicane there. Oh, and he just invalidated. Ooh, it looks like Geekin might not even get to set a time today. This is something I was quite worried about that could happen to realistically any driver here today. It looks like Liagos is on a lap here. Let's ride along with Liagos. Yeah, I mean, I feel like as we go down the tiers, I feel like just setting a valid lap is more and more important, because you have someone like Scuderia Kush who has only set a 16 flat, and as we have Liagos with a little off-track venture, looks like he's going to abort the lap and go again. Just a second here. My cat is playing with something he should not be playing with. Okay. My own off-track excursion aside, let's ride along with Liagos here. Liagos on another hot lap. Just under a lap of fuel. Let's see if he can make it a full lap. It's kind of crucial he does at this point. as we are in the closing minutes of our qualifying section. Yes, I am commentating. Liagos very close on the edge of that limit right there, and he does, in fact, invalidate. It looks like it is quali over, and the spin for Liagos. Icing on the cake. Smokey with a 14.3. I completely missed that. He's on a hot lap himself. Oh, no, he's not. He's on a prep lap, or perhaps this is an in lap. After setting that 14.3, I completely missed that. He jumps up to P4. Good job, Smokey. Let's see, anyone else on a hot lap here? Basim has retired from the session. Liagos has retired from the session. Looks like Lucas is on a hot lap here. Everyone jumping on out laps now. Looks like we're going to have a lot of running here right at the last. We're going to ride along with Lucas first. Right along the edge, very close to that track limit as always. Just up on his sector 1. Let's see what he can do here, but those little margins matter so much, especially, you know, the difference between 9th and 11th is 5 hundredths, so every 100th counts here. Geekin retires from the session. He's decided it's not worth another go out. Save those tires. Fortunately, he was unable to set a time. We have Aliencito and Gabriel Silva also on laps here. Lucas is a 10th up. This would put him right in 9th because there's a bit more of a gap between Basim and Jonas. Lucas rounding the final quarters of the lap. Let's see where he goes up on the timing table. Get to that final corner. Dump that ERS, man. Get all that ERS to use. See where he can cross the line here with a 14.511. Jumps right up to 8th. Good lap from Lucas. Gabriel Silva at the last with a 13.696. That is a rapid lap from Gabriel Silva. That is a banger of a lap from him. All the way from not having a time all the way to the top. Impressive lap. Let's ride along with Aliencito, who is yet to set a time himself. Most drivers out on track as we speak right now. Aliencito invalidates. He's going to start P20. P20, that is rough. Very rough as the checkered flag is shown. We have some drivers. Oh, that's a spin. That's a spin from Isaac Andre just as he was about to complete his lap. That is incredibly unlucky. Oh, no. You hate to see that. You really hate to see that. Jeslar with a 13.4. Wow. Jeslar with a 13.4. We have a Red Bull lockout front row, it looks like, unless if anyone else can do something about it. Vukgaika not on a hot lap. Lucas right at the edge here. Can he improve again? Nope, he's off. Looks like, unless if Master Zombie is on a lap here, which looks like he is. Let's see what Master Zombie has to say in this affair. Everyone else is done. He's the last across the line. Let's see where he goes. 15.2 improves his time, not his place. And that will wrap up a very heated qualifying session. Wow. 13.4 from Jeslar. That is an insane time. That is absolutely insane that the gap from P1 to P9 is a second. That is a lap to be proud of there, son. That is a banger of a lap. Wow. The gap from P1 to P9, or P10, is the same as the gap from P10 to past P17. So, looks like we have some definite front runners here today. Between Jeslar, Silva, Isaac Andre, and Searing. All very fast today. Vukgaika, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Also a solid contender. But those top 4 are really our fastest today, as those were the 4 to all get times in the 13s for quali. That is a rapid setup they've got going. A rapid driver as well. Credit to all of them. Hopefully we will have a very exciting and clean race. Turn 1 always could get messy here. My cat is trying to open my front door. Of course, yes. I'm doing something, so I must warrant all the attention because I'm a cat. Can you stop? Can you stop that? Can you stop? No. Oh, for fuck's sake, they've started. Are you kidding me? Oh, lights out and away we go. Down to the run of turn 1 at Imola. Looks like we have a pretty clean getaway. We have a couple of excursions off track. TFC, oh, and already a severe collision with 3 drivers being penalized, not even through the first couple of corners, and we already have a virtual safety car. That is insane. The top 3 stay the same. Looks like Liagos and, oh, sorry, Isaac Andre is down a few places. Let's get that up here. Liagos gained 2 positions. Jeslar and Silva swapped, and a couple people made minimal gains based on Isaac Andre's poor start. Not fully sure what happened there. Let's see here. Let's. I have honestly no idea what happened in the back there. Can I get penalties? 10-second penalties for TFC, Creeper, and Geekin. That is not what you want on lap 1 of 32 here. That is definitely something they're going to struggle to recover from. That is really rough for them. You got to feel all the preparation they've put into this race, all to kind of get. What just happened there? It looked like a Red Bull got ghost. Jeslar's down to 8th. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Jeslar is down to 8th. It looked like he ghosted and had like a connection issue. I'm not fully sure what happened, but we're back to green flag running. Jeslar looks like he's having some connection issues. Really, really sucks for him. He had an absolutely insane lap, or same quality lap, all the way down to 15th now due to some connection issues. It looks like we had Creeper Pit. We have, looks like a little bit of action going on in the background here. We're going to keep up some stuff here. A bunch of shifting there toward the back half of the grid. A bunch of things going on here. Let's see if I can get a peek into the action. No. The answer is no, because the camera angle is going to stay the same. Let's see what's going on back here. Looks like everyone is holding steady. Creeper coming out of the pits here. Back up to... I do not have him added. I don't have a lot of these people added. Let's get back over to none for now. Let's hide this here. And we're going to have our first DRS zone, if I'm not mistaken, open up right here on the main straight. Let's see if Searing can go for a move here. Gabriel Silva with the fastest lap, but it's probably not meaning too much right now. Looks like we have Searing on the outside. Takes a nice, safe pass. Gabriel Silva does not do too much fighting there. Looks like we have our 3 front runners. Isaac Andre a little bit behind in another group with pretty much it's Isaac Andre all the way down to P14 in a DRS train with Geekin just holding on to that second gap. He's got to be real careful to make sure that gap stays under a second or risk being dropped off and pretty much left out of this race for now. And then we have our last little pack here from 15th down to 18th. Lucas needs to break that second barrier to stay in this race, and looks like we have Creeper with a fresh wing, a fresh set of tires. Very unlucky for him, potentially. Served that 10-second penalty. At least he does get that penalty off his chest. Let's check back in with the leaders here as we are running down to Sector 3. Let's check out our DRS straight. That looks like where the majority of our action is going to be happening today, as the only DRS zone on this course. And that is where the majority of our overtakes will be happening today. And DRS opens up. Looks like very early move from the Red Bull. Looks like both Vuk Gaika and Gabriel Silva both getting through here. Searing, not too much he can do to fight it. That DRS is very, very hard for Isaac Andre to keep up with. Looks like these front 3 are going to abuse that DRS train and really build a gap to that 4th place. Oh, we have the Haas of It's Furzy off the track. Looks like he did some sort of spin or lost control and went off track. He is now functionally out of the running for now. He's pretty much in his own race for now. Head back up to the front here. Let's see what's going on here. Liagos passes Isaac Andre in a pretty tough spot to make an overtake. Got to credit to him. First track limits of the session. We have Geekin with a track limits penalty. That is very, very tough. Yeah, let's pop onto the tires here as requested. Our tires here today, most of our guys are going to looks like for a medium to hard Strat. Jeslar, Levente, Kush, and Jonesy all going for an overcut here. Yeah, we already have our first couple of people grabbing some penalties. Aliencito with a track limits penalty. Jonas with a track limits penalty. Geekin with that collision penalty and a track limits penalty. TFC with the collisions penalty. Jeslar making his way up. Looks like he got that connection issue resolved with a nice double overtake. Maybe some contact there as Mr. Epic Striker goes off track. That is really rough for him. He's all the way down to 13th now. Can he recover from that? That is rough for him. But Jeslar back up to 9th. He has some crazy pace around this track, so he could easily make a race for himself if that was not contact there. Scuderia Kush with a track limits penalty. Let's pop up back to the front here. Liagos with a bit of a gap to Searing. Searing has lost that DRS train between the two leaders, Gabriel Silva and Vuk Gaika, with some absolutely phenomenal pace, it looks like, here today. Looks like these two are the men to beat at the moment. Let's take a look at our tires once again. HRT Liagos with a track limits penalty. I think that is going to be a recurring theme you guys hear from me today, is there's going to be many, many, many track limits. Oh, wait a minute. That looked like a little bit of smoke. Maybe it was just tire smoke. It almost looked like a moment there. Looks like we could have some moves here. Vuk Gaika, yep, goes down the inside there. Gets a nice solid pass on Gabriel Silva. The camera is really not friends with me for the broadcast camera. Let's see what's going on here. Lime Jonas gets past Smokey on that main straight. A lot of DRS swapping here on the course here today. Jonesy gets up past Mr. Epic Striker, who I can only assume his tires are pretty shot now after that off-track venture, whether it was his fault or not. The Ferrari's down in P16, P17. Both with some penalties on them. They have a lot of ground to make up if they hope to get some points today. Lucas and Furzy in their own race, and Creeper is as well. At this point, I think Creeper just kind of has to hold out for a safety car in the hopes that something can go his way. As we get into Sector 3 here with our front runners here. Searing catching back up a little bit. Isaac Andre making up a little ground as well. Furzy with the track limit penalty. That is rough. I think it's just going to be a survival of the fittest who can get the least amount of penalties here today. Looks like Gabriel Silva go on board with him today. Down the inside, looks like he's just going to be swapping with Gaika or Vuk or whatever they go by. Yeah, it looks like it's just a DRS swap situation for them based on their clan tag. They probably know each other. They know the deal. You know, they have a bigger race ahead of them than, you know, really fighting hard for position right now. They know it's a long race. Let's swap. Let's keep it easy. Lucas, another penalty for him. Speeding in the pit lane. Looks like we have Lucas speeding in the pit lane and, from what I understand, just retiring and giving up. Didn't want to race from P19. I put up tires already. What are you talking about? I put up tires before. Did they not show? Here are the tires again. Once again, most of our runners on mediums today. We have 4 hard runners going for the overcut. Let's see how that works out. Looks like the main one to watch for that is Jeslar, as he has the best pace based on at least one lap pace. Let's see what's going on here. Jeslar on the outside of Liagos. Looks like he go for a move on Malume Jonas as well. Let's see if he can get that move to stick down in turn 1. Looks like Liagos is through as well. Very solid move from both of them. Jeslar up to 4th after that issue with this connection. Went to like 15th, already back up to P4. He is absolutely rapid today. Searing kind of in his own little gap right now. Jeslar catching up quick. It wouldn't shock me if he's in Searing's DRS by the end of this lap. Vuk Gaika and Gabriel Silla, you know, they're just DRS training. Not too much to commentate on there. Let's take a look around the grid. We have a tight pack here from P4 all the way down to P10. Looks like they just have a solid DRS train there going. I think most of this is going to be steady sailing, hopefully, until we get into pit windows. I'm not sure. It's unfortunate we cannot see the tire wear on these guys, but I feel like once one medium runner dives in, it's going to be pretty much everyone dives in, and that's when the chaos is really going to begin, and everyone gets on hards, and see how long those can last, because at least from my experience, the hards do not wear a lot on this lap. As Jeslar gets past Searing there on the DRS straight, gets that pass done. Jeslar is on one today. Would not shock me if he gets his way all the way up to 1st. He looks like he has the best consistent lap pace compared to everyone, and I think we're reaching a point where those mediums are going to start to fall off a little bit, and the hards will really come in strong. So maybe this is where we're going to see, you know, Jonesy, Levente, Kush, and Jeslar really, you know, show the hards, you know, if they were the tire to use, or if they're the ones going to get caught out by pitting late. So time will certainly tell. Looks like he has relatively maintained the gap this lap. Let's see what else he's got going on here. Creeper very slowly closing the gap to 18th, but once again, Creeper's kind of in his own race here. Let's check out the penalties. We have Jonas Liagos and Isaac Andre on 3-second penalties. Geekin on 13. 10 of that he can serve in the pit lane. Jeslar with the fastest lap. Closed about 3/4 on the guys in front of him. Bassam on a 3-second penalty. Kush on a 3-second. Elian Cito and Furzy on a 3-second. And TFC on a 10-second that he can serve. All of the track limits penalties cannot be served in the pits though. So come time to pit, Geekin and TFC will be serving their penalties, assumably, as long as it's not under safety car. No pits yet except Creeper because he had a damaged front wing. Position changes. Geekin is having a very, very phenomenal race here so far. Up 11 places. He was not able to set a time in qualifying, but based on Australia, we know that he is quick. So it wouldn't shock me if he gets some really solid points for Alpine here today. Levente here now with a track limits penalty. Once again, our theme of the day. Let's get back onto the tires here. See when people start diving in. Bassam with another 3-second penalty. Let's see who else we can check out here. Gabriel Silva has broken the DRS to Vuk Gaika. It looks like he was trying to set that up for his teammate Jeslar to catch up to him, maybe try and break that gap to Vuk Gaika, and then the Red Bulls can just run away with this. Wouldn't shock me if that is the plan here, as based on qualifying pace, Jeslar is slightly faster, already cutting that gap from the front, building a gap behind. We have some really solid racing here. It looks like TFC has dropped back a few places, not quite sure what happened there. Maybe he ran a bit wide at the last turn. Most drivers with penalties already. It is ridiculous out here. Let's check on some other folks here. Let's see what's going on here. Vuk Gaika nearing that. Oh no, he's catching up a little bit. Jeslar right on Gabriel Silva's tail already. Isaac Andre right on the back of Jonas. We have this Dara train once again from now 4th to 7th. Smokey failed to keep up pace. Bassam failed to keep up pace. We have kind of a string of people kind of in their own race from 8th all the way down to about 13th. Our people trying to get in DRS. Looks like Jonesy got into the DRS here right at the edge of Sector 3. I'm not sure if he made it by the Searing diving into the pits, Smokey diving into the pits. We have our first people pitting here. Jeslar now in the lead here as well. Jonesy getting past nobody. Furzy retired. Is that on track? Furzy has retired on track. It looks like we could absolutely get a safety car here. This could be game-changing. This could be really rough for the people that just jumped to the pits. Maybe not. All right. No safety car. Never mind. All right. We had our first people dive into the pits. DJ, TT, Searing, and Smokey have dove into the pits. It would not shock me if the medium runners come in real soon here. The hard runners probably have another 10, 11 laps on those tires before they hop on those mediums. Let's see. The front of our medium runners here is Gabriel Silva. Let's see what he decides to do here. Yeah. Oh, wait. When did Liagos go out? I completely missed that. HRT Liagos had a retirement somewhere. Maybe he retired in the pits. There was no incident on the track. Gabriel Silva dives into the pits. Vuk Gaika stays out. See who else might go into the pit. Is Jonas in the pit? No. Isaac Andre's not in the pit. Geekin's not in the pit. Looks like the two Alpines on that DRS straight are going to do a little swap here. DRS swap. No danger, no worries. Let's see who else might be pitting here. No one has... Oh, Master Zombie has pitted. Mr. Epic Striker has pitted. Alien Cito has pitted. TFC also coming into pit. Looks like the remainder of our back-running medium runners here have come into pit. We have our front 5 medium runners still out on track. Whether that is a good call or a bad call, time will definitely tell. Yes. Hello, Mr. Commentator. That is me. What's up, DVSR? Let's see who else is out on track. See, once again, coming around to the DRS straight. Let's see if Vuk Gaika decides to dive into the pits here, as many people have pitted. I think it would be unwise at this point to not pit, and he stays out once again. Alien Cito with a 3-second penalty for those track limits. William Jonas stays out. Geekin stays out. Isaac Andre dives into the pits. Oh, almost takes himself out trying to make that speed limit there in the pit. Almost took himself out there. That was a close call for him. Get a good pit stop in here for those Alpines. Yep, very good pit stop from them. Bassam into the pits as well. We still have 4 medium runners. We have Racing Cooper on his own strategy because he had to come in there. And we have our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th runners all on that as well. Oh, maybe you can serve a 3-second penalty in the pits. Perhaps I was mistaken. I thought you couldn't serve a track limits penalty in the pits, or am I crazy? Can you do that? Is that a thing you can do? I didn't think you were able to. Maybe I'm just going crazy and the same amount of penalties have been here the whole time. I could just be going crazy. Who knows? But yes, DVSR, I've been summoned. How may I help you? If there's something you wish to see, I am happy to oblige you. As we have, Vuk Gaika almost takes himself out as well, coming into the pits. Geekin stays out yet another lap. Malume Jonas comes in for a pit as well. We have Geekin as the last of the front runners on those mediums. Those mediums really have to be worse for her at this point. I don't know if it is advisable at this point to stay out on those old tires. Yeah, maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm just going crazy in my old age. Who knows? Jeslar really killing it. He is 9 seconds ahead of the next car, which granted, Gabriel Silva is the direct comparison for him for the net race lead. And he is, let's do some quick maths here, that's 15.8 seconds, it's about 22, he's about 26 seconds ahead of Gabriel Silva, which that is I think, close to what pitting is here. Maybe it's around 30. So I think he would come out a little bit behind Gabriel Silva if he pitted right now. And Gabriel Silva is only going to get faster on those hards as the fuel load lightens in the car. We have pretty much everyone on hards at this point except for Geekin and Racing Creeper. Geekin finally coming in off those mediums. They have served him well, done almost exactly half of the race on those mediums. I think he just wanted fresher hards for the remainder of the race. I gotta respect the hustle. Serving a penalty. Maybe he had a 10-second? Did he have a 10-second? Serving a penalty of some sort. Geekin exiting the pits, gonna come out, looks like in 12th? Looks like it's gonna be 12th, maybe 13th, or maybe 12th, 11th, 12th. He's gonna be right there with Bassam. It's gonna be close. Bassam passes him on the straight. No worries. Last of our medium runners here is Mr. Racing Creeper. I do wonder how long. Bassam immediately with a penalty out of the pits. That's rough for him. Not sure how long Mr. Racing Creeper is going to stay on those tires. I think he only had one set of hards. So, oh, we have a driver off the track. It looks like that is Mr. Epic Striker with an off-track venture. Can he salvage the car? Yes, he can. That front wing is gone, but he is back on circuit. No DNF for him, but we do have a safety car. We do have a safety car indeed. It looks like that could be a free pit for the long hard runners, but the question becomes, do they come in? Jeslar picks up the safety car. That might be a bit unlucky for him, as he has to really slow his pace. If he pits now, that's a really tough situation for Jeslar. He's really gotten the short end of the stick here today. He's gotten issues with connection. He gets unlucky with the safety car coming out. That is really unlucky for him, as if he pits now, he's probably going to come out somewhere in the middle of the pack. Jonesy back onto mediums here. Levente back onto mediums. You must assume that Racing Creeper here has got to pit. Scuderia Kush has to pit here. Surely he does. No, I think he's already past the pit lane. Geekin with a track limits under a safety car, which, hey, that's crazy. Let's see here. Levente with the track limits under a safety car. It is track limits city out here. Racing Creeper and TFC into the pits. Really surprising to me, TFC is going off of the hards back onto the mediums. I don't think that is the right call. The hards are very, very strong. Oh, never mind. Creeper is just going back onto the hards he started on. He's going to finish the race with them. It's not a bad call. TFC onto new mediums. I do question a little bit. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for these medium runners here. They're going to have to go pretty much 15 laps on mediums, which runs them kind of bone dry, which you hate to see. Jeslar down to 7th in the pit lane. Let's see where he comes out here. Looks like he's going to come out around 9th, 8th or 9th. Probably 9th here. Let's see if Bassam can get by here. It looks like he's going to get past here. Jeslar is going to come out in 9th. Looks like just barely. Scuderia Kush down to 11th here. 12th for Kush. Wow, that's rough. No safety car now. Jeslar on the faster tire for about probably 6 or 7 laps here. He has a lot of work to do if he wants to get back up to those podium places, if not a win. This is a really rough situation for him. He got collected by that safety car. He's just been so unlucky today. Mr. Epic Striker in the pit. Maybe he had to fix his wing damage. Maybe his wing didn't get fixed or something. Let's see. Yes. TVSR, what's up? I eagerly await the chat message. Can I invite, please? Penalties I will get to in a moment. Let me invite DVSR here. Are you SKG Smokey? What's your EA name? We have another lap under safety car here. But in the meantime, until I get DVSR's EA, let's throw on the penalties here. We have Isaac Andre with a 3-second. Your wish. Okay. Maleme Jonas with a 6-second. Basim with a 9-second. Geekin, Levante, and Kush all with a 6-second. Alien Cito with 15 seconds worth of track limits penalties. Mr. Epic Striker with a 3-second. It is penalty city out here today. Let me get you invited here, man. Gotcha. Looks like we have a clump up back here. Racing Creeper, PFC, and Mr. Epic Striker really pushing hard to catch up here. At this point, we have a mixture of tire strategies now. We have our front 5 are on hards here. Jonesy is on the mediums. At this point, it's going to be about, what's that math, 13 laps of pushing on those mediums, which that's about the limit for him. Smokey and Bassam on the hards, Jeslar on the mediums. He is, I think, the man to watch right now, as he has shown that he is absolutely rapid here today. Geekin on the hards, Levante and Kush on the mediums. Mr. Epic Striker with a penalty for track limits once again. Really surprised how many people are getting track limits penalties under the safety car. Master Zombie, Alien Cito, and Racing Creeper on the hards. TFC and Mr. Epic Striker on the mediums. Looks like safety car is in this lap. We are back to green flag racing. Green flag racing, here we go. Gabriel Silva leads us off down the straight. No DRS this lap. Let's see anything happens here. Geekin up to 8th here on the straight. Looks like people are still using that slipstream effect to everything they can. Jonesy with a 3-second time penalty for track limits. DJ TT searing up to 4th place in front of Maleme Jonas, overtaking in a rather tough spot to do it. You got to respect it. Racing Creeper past Master Zombie there, also in a pretty tough place to overtake. Credit to him for getting the move done. The pack is right back together. It is anyone's game at this point. Obviously, we do have our front runners and the people that have shown that they are super fast today, but it is anyone's game right now. Let's ride on board with Jeslar. Oh, he taps the bumper of Geekin. He's really, really eager to get in front of him. He's really, really eager to get back into the race. Searing with a time penalty. That is rough for him. I don't think he had a penalty before. So him getting that penalty now is got to be rough for him. Pretty much, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, over half of the field with time penalties here today. It has been absolutely brutal in the time penalty department. Like I said at the start of the stream, the track limits on this track are just not correct. Whoever designed them really needs to think about the decisions they've made and consider if game design is really for them. Or maybe just watch an F1 race and learn what the track limits actually are. But that is up to the poor soul who has to work for EA and Codemasters and code this garbage game. But back to matters at hand. Jeslar is up to 8th. I think he was in 9th. I could be wrong. I am an old man who doesn't remember things anymore. So, yeah, Dunsat. I support that initiative. Gabriel Silva still leading our pack. The top 3 holding strong. Maleme Jonas has fallen past that second threshold. He is super vulnerable from behind from Searing, Jonesy, and Geekin, and pretty much the entire pack all the way down to 10th. Maleme Jonas needs to break that gap Jeslar with a time penalty with 3 seconds for the track limits. That is really rough for him. He needed to avoid penalties at all costs if he had any shot of getting back up to the top of this race. He's stuck in a DRS train. He might be out of luck, but we will see. Malume Jonas at risk from behind from Searing. Can Searing get the move done on the straight? Let's see here. Looks like he cannot get past on the straight here. Jeslar up to 7th in front of Geekin. That was a crucial move for him. Searing on the oldest tires of the pack, tied with Smokey. Him and Smokey came in the earliest, and I'd say a bit unlucky with the safety car, as they had their entire strategy kind of thrown away. They wanted to undercut, and they were not really able to effectively, as looks like Jonesy's trying to go for a move down the outside. It looks like he sticks it. What a move from Jonesy. That was incredible from Jonesy right there. As Malume Jonas was able to reclose that gap to the front 3, and we have a DRS train from 1st to 10th. It is anyone's game here today, and we have another DRS train from 11th all the way down to the back of our running. Alien Cito is up to like 18 seconds worth of penalties now. He needs to learn some track limits himself. Maybe he can have a class with the EA dev that made the track limits for this track here. Perhaps a bit harsh. He's probably a bit faster than I am in this game, so I can't judge too harshly. Can Gabriel Silva make a move? Vuk Gaika is in the lead here, but Gabriel Silva has that DRS. He's been quick all day. He's been a perennial front runner this entire race. Looks like Geekin is in front of Searing. Searing is really struggling here. He was up near the podium places. It is all the way down to 8th place now, and you know, if he doesn't stay in this DRS train, he might risk having his race functionally over. We are back to a safety car. I'm not quite sure what happened. Doesn't look like anyone's dropping down the standings very fast. Maybe some debris got on track. I'm not quite sure what happened. Is it Jonesy? No. Jeslar just... Oh, am I bugged? I'm bugged. Never mind. I forgot that it just permanently says safety car, even though it's green flag. Ignore that. For some reason, I thought we were back on our safety car. That's my bad. We have a big gap building from 10th to 11th here. Smokey needs to close this gap. Oh, Smokey closed it under a second. Never mind. I take my words back immediately. This is a very, very tight pack here. Geekin up past Jonesy. Jeslar all the way up to 5th already. He's really using every ounce of grip he can use from those medium tires to get up the order. Looks like he's going to look to make a move past Malume Jonas here on the straight. Does he have the battery for it? Does he have the pace for it? Looks like he does. He used that slipstream effect to everything he could. He is up to 4th. Move made into turn 1. Oh, and we had a track limits issue from Gabriel Silva. Looks like he got in a scrap with somebody there. Looks like Isaac Andre has taken the toll for whatever happened there right up front between Gabriel Silva and Isaac Andre. Looks like Gabriel Silva was able to get back on track, but Isaac Andre takes the consequences, and we have Vuk Gaika, Gabriel Silva, and Jeslar. We have the Red Bull trio up top right now. But for once, the sister team is in front of the main team. Will it stay that way? I am not sure. We have two absolutely rapid drivers in 2nd and 3rd, and it looks like an exceptionally consistent and quick driver as well here, and Vuk Gaika, who has stayed quiet for most of the race, but it really has been really consistent. No time penalties, very, very clean on track. Hopefully I don't give them the commentator's curse. I'd feel terrible if that happened. Bear in mind, Jeslar needs to not only get in 1st, but also build a considerable gap to get a win or even a podium with that 3-second time penalty, depending on who is around them. It looks like he moves all the way up to 1st. Can Gabriel Silva make a move into 2nd as well? Yes, they can. That is an incredible move from the Red Bull duo right there. Oh, Vuk Gaika is struggling here. Falls behind Malume Jonas as well. Can he make the move up the inside? Oh, a little bit of wheel banging with Malume Jonas, and Malume Jonas goes off track. A snap from Vuk Gaika, and they pay the price. Vuk Gaika and Jonesy down to 5th and 6th. The Alpine duo up to 3rd and 4th. Race Creeper with a time penalty. Geekin and Isaac Andre up into 3rd and 4th here. Those two working together as a team brilliantly to make that move. So we have Jeslar, Gabriel Silva, Red Bull 1-2, Geekin, Isaac Andre, Alpine 3-4, Vuk Gaika down in 5th with that moment of contact with Jonesy that I might get reviewed by the stewards later, but that was incredible racing up here at the front here. Jonesy right on the tail as well. Malune Jonas not out of the fight. Searing not out of the fight. Smokey out of the fight. No one's out of the fight here. The top 10 are all in a DRS train. They have stayed that way since the safety car resumed, or went away rather. And we have been having some incredible racing here, folks. Jeslar needs to build a crazy gap. I don't know if he'll just be content with taking P2 and play the team game here. Time will tell. Based on the quali pace, he has just about enough time left to build that gap, to get a win here. But will he value the team game? Does his tires have the life left in them to really build that gap? Time will tell here. I think he might just end up playing the team game and go for what might be a P3 if Vuk Gaika has anything to say about it. Let's take a look. Caution in Sector 1. We have Bassem off. Bassem has gone off. He keeps his car going, so we will keep the green flag running. We have a gap between 10th and 11th of the Williams. Looks like we have a lot of drivers in pairs today, or at least was in pairs after Vuk Gaika got into 4th, up in front of Isaac Andre in 5th. Caution in Sector 2. Looks like someone had a little off-track excursion. Looks like we are building little gaps here. The DRS is getting broken. 7th, 8th, 9th. We're down to a top 6, or not even that. 2nd to 6th in a DRS train. Jeslar now in his own race. Technically, it is his race to lose at this point. Can he build that gap to what he needs to? Geekin with a time penalty. That is absolutely monumental and consequential for him. Getting a time penalty in this location is really rough for him. Gabriel Silva and Vuk Gaika are pretty much the cleanest racers of the day so far. Smokey keeping it pretty clean as well, but he's down in 9th. But with all the people with penalties in front of him, we could see Smokey jump up to P5 here, which is absolutely insane that someone on track P9 could jump all the way up to 5th based on the penalties. So as long as that pack stays close enough together, we could see some massive shifts at the end of the race based on track penalties alone. Jeslar really trying to push that car, build that gap. It looks like he's not able to. Geekin with a burst of pace here at the end here. Looks like our medium runners are going to start to fall off here a little bit, and our hard runners with those seemingly everlasting tires are really going to come in strong here right at the end. Geekin does not have DRS here right now. Little bit of luck there from Jeslar, almost track limits it looked like. Let's see what he's able to do. It does not look like the Alpine is going to have DRS here. It looks like, let's see if Gabriel Silva and Vuk Gaika can get past the Alpine here. The Alpine is vulnerable with no DRS here. Looks like they are going to hold position, looks like. Let's see any action into the first sector of the lap. Looks like we might just be holding strong here. Building up the battery, waiting until those last couple of laps to give it all, go for everything on track. With how many penalties are happening here today, all the glory might be had on track, because everything can change after the penalties are distributed here. I mean, Gabriel Silva and Vuk Gaika are still on for a 1-2 for this race with how many penalties have been going out. Let's take a look at the current penalties here. Let's take a look at battery levels. Vuk Gaika, or not Vuk Gaika, Jeslar, looks like he's recharging for a final little push here. Geekin is basically no battery. Gabriel Silva has about half battery. Vuk Gaika around the same. Isaac Andre very low. Jonesy midway. Maluma Jonas. A lot of our people have very low batteries here. I think Vuk Gaika has the highest on the circuit, and he's only at 62. Let's take a look at the penalties. We have some brutal penalties here coming in. Oh, Gabriel Silva with a 3-second time penalty right near the end. Oh, a big snap from Isaac Andre as well. That 3-second penalty for Gabriel Silva, as that is, oh, that's rough. You hate to see that. Vuk Gaika may have just secured himself the win by just keeping it clean on track. Searing has get past Smokey. Jonesy with a time penalty. 2 time penalties at once. I don't even know who got the first one. Jonesy with a time penalty at least. Jeslar with 3 seconds. It looks like it was Geekin. He was 9 seconds. He's up to 12 seconds now. Geekin could see himself drop very far down the order here based on penalties alone. We have Jeslar with 3, Geekin with 12, Gabriel Silva with 3, Isaac Andre and Jonesy with 6, Maluma Jonas with 12, Searing with 6, Levente, Creeper, Aliencito with 21 seconds worth of time penalties. He's basically a pit stop behind based on time penalties alone. Kush with 12, Epic Striker with 9, Basim with 12. We have just 4 drivers on the circuit right now without a time penalty. That is absolutely insane for our first tier. Isaac Andre with another 3 seconds. That is huge for the outcome of this race. Jesler really needs to get along if he does not want Vuk Geico to win. As of right now, oh, Levante has retired. Has he just DNF'd? Oh, oh no, we're going to end the race under a safety car as the Williams of Hegedus Levante has retired. Elioncito with another time penalty. That is not how we wanted to end this. We have a couple people coming into the pits. I wonder if they think he's just driven through the pits. Has he driven through the pits? Am I crazy? Did he put on softs? He put on softs. We have a couple drivers that put on softs. Maybe they're hoping for some last lap shenanigans. What? Maybe they think they're going to get like 1 lap of running under a safety car with softs. That might have just switched up the entire finishing order. I don't think they're going to get a lap of running here at the end. I think we're going to end under safety car. So I think Jesler may have just thrown away a podium. I think it's not... I think Jesler's just thrown away his podium. I don't think we're going to get a lap of running. I could be wrong here, but I don't think we will. Kush still on the hards. We had 8 drivers throw on the softs in the hopes of like 1 lap of a glory lap here. I'm not sure that's going to happen. So as it stands... Oh, safety car in this lap. Never mind. The game said, screw it. We're going to do 2 laps of running. All those people that pitted are very far behind. I think they may have just screwed themselves. Geegan, I mean, penalties aside, he might finish first on track, but at this point it looks like what? We're going to have Gabriel Silva, Vuk Geico, and Jonesy as our 1, 2, 3 today, if nothing changes here, as Jeslar is the head of the soft runners. Oh, never mind. He's made it back up. This could be big for him if he's able to really, really use those softs for a couple of laps. Searing with another time penalty. I'm not sure if this is going to go very well. He has just 2 laps of running to make up like 6 places. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. Jesler already up to 7th. He's really going to use those softs. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see what he can do. We have 8 drivers on those softs. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Granted, the drivers in front of them have really, really old tires, which just do not have the same grip as those softs. Let's see if that risky gamble can work, and it looks like it is paying off already. I might eat my words. He's already up to 6th in just the first sector alone, or the start of the second sector as well. I did not say that. Okay, apparently this is the broadcast camera now. We're going to ride along board with Jeslar. He is right on the behind of Jonesy. It does not look like... I'm not sure if DRS is going to be enabled or not, but Jeslar on the very, very risky move, getting the better of Jonesy. He is really, really cooking on those softs. I might be eating my words here. He is absolutely cooking on the softs. I'm not sure if the gamble is going to pay off, but you know what? If he's going this well already, I don't see the harm. Maybe, you know, it looks like if he can get past the Alpine here, he can at least get 3rd. Maybe a little bit of wheel banging there, but he does make the move. Can he stick it into turn 1? They're very close to each other. He does stick the move. He is on the last lap of running here in Imola. Geekin might finish first on track, but with all the penalties he has, he might drop all the way down. He might drop down a good bit. I'm not sure what everyone's penalties are. I'm going to let the timetable do the work. I don't feel like doing all that math after the math I've done today at work. Geekin might finish first on track, but it does not look like he's going to win. It looks like our winner today is going to be Vuk Geico, despite being 3rd on track. Jeslar really, really cooking on those softs. Looks like he could stand to go up to P3 with Geekin's time penalties. I'm not sure if Gabriel Silva has 3 seconds. He does, so it looks like we're going to have a Vuk Geico, Gabriel Silva, Jeslar 1, 2, 3 today. If nothing changes, not sure if it will at this rate. looks like he might go for that move for the glory of on-track podium. He does. A very large smoke line from Geekin here as we cross the final line of Imola. Geekin finishes across the line first, but that will not stand. Gabriel Silva, Jeslar Vukgaika on track, but Vukgaika, as the clean racing has prevailed, is our winner today of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Congratulations. I said the wrong name. Of Imola. I'm tired. Give me a break. Vukgaika is our winner today. Congratulations to him. Gabriel Silva in second. Jeslar finishing our podium places. Smokey in P4. Racing Creeper in P5 after breaking his wing on that first lap and being so out of the race for so long. He is kept in it, kept persistent, and ends in P5. That's a race to be proud of. Jonesy P6, Alpine 7-8, Searing P9, Malumian Jonas P10, Master Zombie Ben P11, TFC P12, Aliencito P13. I wonder where he actually finished on track, because he had about 23 seconds of penalties on track. So that was an absolutely insane race. I mean, it's given the driver of the day, Geekin, which, in fairness to him, he did have a very good race after starting P19 or P20 on the grid, all things considered. But I think for me, from a commentator's perspective, I think the driver of the day has to go to Vukgaika. I mean, just keeping racing clean won him the race. It's simple as that. The clean racer prevails today. Jeslar had the best pace by far, but I think my driver of the day has to go to Vukgaika. He kept the racing clean, and he got a win from it, and I think that's really the most to say here. Congratulations to all racers. Very wonderful from the commentating perspective. Hopefully it was enjoyable from the racing perspective. Thank you to all the viewers tuning in. This has been Swift Online Racing, Tier 1, Race 2, Season 3. That's a 1, 2, 3 for you, baby. Have a good night.